Oh man. Welcome to another episode of the J Youngblood Experience. I do want to let y'all know before we get started, I'm gonna start doing a competition on these episodes. I'm gonna start quoting a lyric from an artist from a song. Whoever can guess it will get something together, and I'll send you like a gift card or something like that. If you can get all three, and that's within 2 days after. Let's just say 2 days after the pod release. If you can find what the songs I'm referencing are, you'll get like a gift card or something cool. So let me know. And if you're wrong, you don't get anything. You only can have one guess, by the way, and it has to have all three songs in there. One guess, it's over. Anyways, what is wrong with us, man? What is wrong with us as a society? What's wrong? What's going on? What's wrong with us, man? Are we bored? Are we just bored? Is that what's the problem is? Are we so, like, first world country that we are just simply bored? Is that why we argue all the time? Or are we actually divided? That's what I really want to know. Are we actually divided? Or are we simply just plain dumb? Are we just, like, plain dumb and we just argue about anything because we have the ability to? I just see, like, the news, and I see, like, the debates, and I see Twitter especially, and I just see everybody arguing every day over BS. It doesn't even matter. Over BS, it doesn't matter. We're worried about, Donald Trump and Joe Biden, and there's people dying in Haiti right now. There's people dying in Palestine as well as Israel. Like, what are we really worried about? Why does everybody argue about stuff that doesn't even matter? Like, what's the point? And we're so consumed with it. Like, it's weird. So weird. I was watching some TV the other night, right? And this Olay or something commercial came on about skin care and making yourself look ageless. And I thought to myself, I was like, 100 years ago, did they give a damn about some cream that make your wrinkles go away? Did they really give a shit about any of that? And now we got commercials for it. They put celebrities in our faces so that, we buy the product. And it's just like crazy to me, man. How we have developed as a society to be so narcissistic, I guess is the best word I can put for it. Because we're all so worried about self-image. And it's so sick. It's weird. I don't feel like let's say a third world country out in Africa or, the Middle East. They probably don't see their faces half as much as we do. So we're always critiquing ourselves. And we're always trying to find the best thing to make us look younger or make us look better, or this type of hair, that type of hair, or what can I dye my hair, what can I cut my beard. And then women are so, like, they're required in the society to wear makeup. It's like a requirement. And if they don't, then it's like, oh God, you're naked. Like, what are you doing? Why are you not wearing makeup? And the problem is makeup is like a filter in real life. And there's women, y'all are pretty, y'all are beautiful. Y'all don't need no damn makeup. And anybody who doesn't wear it, I guarantee you your skin treats you way better without it. Makeup is crazy. Makeup is crazy as hell. Do you know where makeup came from? I'm not going to get all into that because it's a little inappropriate. But if you look up where makeup came from, you'll stop wearing makeup immediately. If you looked up half the stuff you do nowadays, probably you would stop it. But makeup especially. If you look up why makeup was made and, the purposes for makeup, you wouldn't wear makeup anymore. Obviously, like, meanings of things change, but the actual reasoning behind makeup is pretty dark. It's absolutely pretty dark. And it's actually pretty misogynistic as well. If you look up whenever you get a chance. I'm not going to go into it. But look up why makeup was presented and why it was a thing. And you'll be like, wow, I'm going naked, barefaced today. And God bless women. God bless all y'all who try to put your best face on. and look good and go out and do your thing and get pampered up, get your nails done, get your hair done, get your face done, get a dress on. Some of y'all even put makeup on your chest and neck and all this other stuff, and I'm like, crazy, bro. I hop in the shower, wash my hair, wash my body, throw some water on my face, and I'm good to go. Throw a little YSL on my body, a little, spray, underarm spray, and I'm good. But y'all, it takes y'all 20 years just to get ready to go anywhere. If y'all want to go to the makeup store to get more makeup, you got to put your whole face on. That's crazy. That's wild. I can only imagine how it is to be a woman. So, shout out to all the women out there. I would call myself a feminist, but in a way, I can't be one because I'm a man. But I support all the women out there. I know me as a man, I'll never understand the struggles of a woman, so I will never downgrade or talk down about women's struggles. That'll not be something you'll hear me ever talk about. But I do believe some of the newer feminist movement is a problem. I think it's not as much about femininity as much as it is tearing down men. And I've seen this a lot, whether it be parades or on Twitter or on social media, any type of media platform. A lot of the new generation of feminism is not feminism. It's not. Feminists used to fight for rights, like right to vote, right to get a job, right to be in the military, all this stuff. The stuff we're fighting for now, I have no clue. And if I'm speaking ignorantly, please someone check me. But it doesn't make sense, some of the stuff y'all say or do. And I'm not talking about all feminists, and that's not what I'm saying. But when it comes to, beating down men just to rise up women, that's not the angle you should go. And that's not the angle that's healthy for us as a society. You don't tear one down to build up the other. It doesn't make sense. If you have a sandcastle over here and your brother wants to build another sandcastle, your sister wants to build a sandcastle over there, you don't tear this one down just to build that one up. You just find your own sand to build that one up. And women are doing some great things. Think about all the women athletes out there. Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese, Serena Williams, Venus Williams. Think about all the good, amazing women athletes out there. And shout out to them. I just think for us to build up women, we don't have to tear down men. And that's just my opinion on it. I would love to hear more. I haven't really sat down with anybody and had conversations. It's kind of just my pinpoint of things. And that's, like I said, this is why I started this podcast in the first place, is to, broaden my spectrum of knowledge on what I'm talking about. And I'm not ignorant to the fact that I may be ignorant to what I'm talking about. But I will never tear down a community to build mine up. I think that's counterproductive. Because we as a society is one. We're one society. So why would you tear down one to bring up the other? It just doesn't make sense to me on that part. And we got to do better too. We do. We got to do a lot better. 99 point something, I think it's 90% of all rape cases are men. You know what I mean? All of them are men. It's disgusting, man. It's absolutely disgusting. So we as men need to be better at what we're doing as well. And not to see women as they are, as the personality, as the figure, it's a thing to be nurtured and respected, not a thing to be conquered and taken over, because women aren't, It's God's gift to earth is women. I was raised by two beautiful women, my grandmother, Granny Mert, and my mom. And, they taught me how to respect women, but also not to be afraid to be a man. And I think that's a big thing in my life. They both were very big impacts. And so whenever I see my sister, whenever I see, a girl in the street or a teacher or, one of my customers or something like that, I respect them and treat them with the same respect that I would want my grandma to show me, or, my grandma to show respect, or how I would show respect to my mom, stuff like that. We need to do better, man. We really do. I feel like men do have struggles. We do, absolutely. And we need to voice those concerns more often. But I can only imagine. If you go through comments on Twitter or Instagram, you go to like Sydney Sweeney or you go to, let's say Jennifer Aniston, you look at the comments, most of them are dudes and most of them are the most inappropriate shit you could ever see in your life. It's gross, man. We're raising sons to do the same thing, raising, nephews to do the same thing, and it's sick, bro. It's sick. So next time you think of, a woman on the street, you about to holler at, catcall, or, you about to disrespect a woman in the club or something like that and grab up on her and do some BS like your nasty ass is going to. Think about your mama, think about your grandma, think about your sisters. Respect women just how you would respect your grandma. With grace, man. With style and grace. With style and grace, man. That's all you got to do. And men, man, I'm not saying you got to kiss ass. It's better to kiss ass, or it's better to kick ass than kiss it. It really is. And we're testosterone driven. We all know that. But it's better to kick ass than kiss it. But at the same time, you need to show respect for the women that walk around every day. The women you're around, treat them with the utmost respect, man. I have nieces that I absolutely adore. And if some raggedy ass boy, ratchet boy, came up to them and said some BS or, I don't know. That puts me in a dark place because I look good in orange. You know what I mean? So if anybody disrespected my nieces or my sisters or anything like that, I look good in orange. So I'm okay with that. I'm okay with the outcome of what may happen. And, that's just how I feel about the matter. So we need to do better, man. Way better. It's just crazy how this world is going now. It's completely backwards. Some things we accept, some things we don't accept. This world is insane, bro. Absolutely insane. And I feel for the newer generation because where are they supposed to be guided from? Parents ain't parents anymore. Sometimes they ain't even got, two parents in there. So it's just like, I feel for them. That's why, if you listen to this podcast, it's like, set the example, right? Set the example. Be the one to set the example. Because, I know what it is. You're going to sit there and watch the news, watch Fox, CNN, MSNBC, or NBC, whatever you watch. See things on there, then complain, but do the same thing you do every day. Do the same thing you do every day. You're not going to change up your patterns. And then you hurting every day. You depressed, you sad, you anxious. Hurt people, man. Hurt people. Hurt people. So it's time for us as a community, as a society to, look after each other. Do better. This is the thing, man. Do better. That's all it is. Do better. And one thing I'm also tired of, man, is this cancel culture, bro. All I'm saying, you want to cancel me, cancel me. I don't care. I'm too cool to die. I'm way too cool to die. You can't kill me. The cancel culture is crazy. We're dragging things up from 50 plus years ago and canceling these people and not giving them a voice anymore just because something they said 15, 20, 25, 30 years ago. That's absolutely insane. Crazy. The things I used to say when I was 14 to 15 aren't even in my dialogue now at 23 years old. 23, right? Yeah, 24. I was old. Yeah, 23 years old. Not even in my dialogue anymore. But yet all we do is cancel people for stuff that we don't agree with. Instead of challenging them and having that conversation and trying to come to a common ground. Instead, we just ship them off into the stratosphere and say, nah, you can't talk anymore. I think that's so stupid. Especially people who are like very smart people who are just on the right or wrong path, and the thought process is there. They're just not getting the conclusion correctly. It's why would we completely cancel this person instead of being like, okay, this person needs maybe some mental health. Maybe they need some help. Maybe they need some help. Maybe they need some dialogue. They were brought up in a place certain things weren't taught. instead of just canceling people. I think it's so dumb, stupid for words, man. What happened to Sticks and Stones? What happened to Sticks and Stones, man? Why blow up my spot because we both got hot? You know what I mean? What happened to Sticks and Stones, man? It's crazy to me. Absolutely insane. Cancel me, though. If you don't like what I'm saying, cancel me. Hashtag it. Cancel Jay. Do it right now. I love it. I love it, man. We got what? We've had like almost 6,000 listeners thus far. Any one of y'all want to cancel me today. You'll make my day even better. Just cancel me, man. Anything you don't like, just post it. Hey, he said this, he's that. He's whatever phobic he is today, he's that. Whatever, man. That won't ever hurt me. The reason being is whatever I say, I understand it may or may not be ignorant, but I'm willing to learn and do better. You can't cancel me because I don't care. Just tell me, hey, no, let me explain why this is wrong. Or let me explain why this is not okay to say anymore. Just stuff like that. But at the same time, you can't tell me, you can't control my language. I think that's a problem. You can't do that. That's what Nazi Germany did to their citizens. That's what Soviet Union did to their citizens. That's what Middle Eastern, terroristic countries did to their citizens. You can't say this against the government, or you're going to jail, or you're getting canceled, or, you can't say certain things. And that's where the problem lies, because are you going to let the government tell you what you can and cannot say? Is that like a good idea? Is that a good thing to go ahead and start? Because we're already doing it somewhat, right? To an extent. Like, you can't go into like a movie theater and yell fire if there's not a fire. So we're doing okay when it comes to it. I mean, I don't know of anybody who is getting arrested for, saying they don't agree with something yet. And I think once we start getting to that point, that's when it's a problem. But cancel me, boy. Cancel me right now. Do it. I'm looking forward to it. I mean, honestly, just go ahead and do it. Call my mama. Tell them what I said. Post it on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, whatever you want to do. Cancel me right now. I'm looking forward to it. Or DM me, at me, whatever you want to do. Take care of me, boy. Take care of me. You know what's crazy, man, is certain lies are accepted and some are not. For example, we always tell our kids that Santa Claus is real. Santa Claus is a real thing. Knowing no fat-ass man is in no damn sleigh with reindeer delivering freaking presents to everybody. We know this. We all know this, but we lie to our kids. Why do we do that? And please comment on the bottom of this and give me some feedback, because that's really a question ever since I figured out that Santa wasn't real that I've always had. And this is like since I was like 8 years old. Why can we tell certain lies but other lies are wrong? Well, if truth matters and we should tell the truth all the time, then why do we lie whenever Santa gets involved, or the Easter Bunny, which mostly is Santa, but Easter Bunny, Tooth Fairy. What's another one? Leprechauns. Why the hell we lie? I won't. I find it very hard, which I'm not a parent yet, but I find it very hard to be able to tell my kids, after working all year long to put presents under the tree, that some fat-ass man came down our chimney, ate our cookies, drank our milk that I worked for, and then put presents under the tree. Hell no. I worked all year for these kids, if I have any. But yet, I'm going to tell my kids that some fat-ass man in a red hat and red, what would you call that? I guess it's like a robe, and some black boots His fat ass came down our chimney. Reindeer waiting on top of the damn house. And he came from the North Pole, of all things. And he doesn't make the damn toys. Some elves do. Elves. Small people. They build all these toys for everybody in the world. 364 days of the year. And they come to our house. Oh yeah, and by the way, this bastard, guess what? He can see everything you do. He can see if you're naughty or nice. First off, that's a pedophile case right off the bat. Why are you looking at my kids when they're sleeping? And why are you looking at all? What are you doing? That's getting some weird uncles type stuff, and I'm not a big fan of it. But anyways, lives in the North Pole. Where are they getting supplies in the North Pole to make all these toys? How is he so overweight in the North Pole where food is scarce? And where did he find these elves at? But anyways, how are you going to tell me the man that lives in the North Pole, eats cookies, has elves as workers, which they probably don't get paid enough. There's workman's comp or whatever. They may be kids, and then there's child labor laws into that. But he gets in a sleigh. Painted red, by the way. Reindeer on the top of this thing, or connected to this thing. And these bastards fly too. Not only are they reindeer, but they fly. And one of them bastards have a red nose. A red nose. That lights the way for Santa in the clouds. Also, how the hell does he fly through the clouds without freezing his ass off? And how does his hat not fly off? And how did these things fly? Beyond that, he gets to my house. And he goes down the chimney. Chimneys are very narrow. If you've seen any depiction of this bastard, he is fat as hell. He's fat. Overweight. Overweight person. He cannot, there's no way he can get down the stair, or to get down the chimney. What about people that have apartments? He just breaks in? That's breaking and entering right there. So we got a predator who's breaking and entering, looking at little kids. I mean, this is a lawsuit, honestly. Then he comes in my house, eats my cookies that I bought, drinks my milk that I bought, places gifts under the tree, and then goes back up the chimney somehow. No ladder. Just parkouring it all the way up. Gets back in the saddle of this sleigh and drives away with the damn reindeer. Listen, me as an 8-year-old was thinking all of this. How y'all gonna lie to me my whole life? And the fact that the problem is I believed it for 8 years. That's the problem. But anyways, if there was a man in a red suit driving a black van that said free gifts, we would all lose our minds. But if he's in a sleigh with reindeer, and he puts presents under the tree, and he eats milk and cookies, there's no issue. And we're supposed to believe this. That's messed up. Any parents have told your kids that. I understand like the Christmas spirit and believing in Santa just makes it a little bit more extra, but that's insanity. Like I said, if a guy was rolling down the street in a Crown Vic with presents in the back and a sign that said free presents to all the kids, as long as you give me milk and cookies, you get free gifts, we'd be calling the police. Immediately. There would be no question. This man would be in the penitentiary tomorrow. But yeah, we get it. See, parents, y'all tried it. Y'all really did. Some of us are smart kids, right? I knew something was up because our chimney was not big enough. I think one year I even measured it. And I was just thinking, I was looking through, I was watching movies. I was looking through the books of the depiction of Santa. And I'm like, they lied to me. They lied to me. They really lied to me. The thing is, my parents, I would have gave them props. I'm like, damn, y'all really did it this Christmas. But 8 years, I was giving all the credit to some fat ass who was going down my chimney. Hell no. I'm sorry, Mom. I'm sorry, Dad, but it's kind of your fault. And I know you all probably think I'm crazy, and that's fine. Like I said, you don't have to agree with me. But that's just the logical standpoint of it. I mean, I get why y'all tell kids about Santa. I mean, it's kind of weird, but I get it. You want to give like that, like a special season, like, oh gosh, it's so magical, it's this, it's that. But it can be magical without that, you know what I mean? Like, you can tell, like, the real reason for Christmas and, you know, whatever you may believe, or, you know, people have Hanukkah too, and I'm sure there's no fat Santa that comes down and lights the candles or anything like that. And there's other stuff, but I just think that's a little far-fetched. So is the damn Easter Bunny, man. What? The Easter Bunny. That thing don't lay no damn eggs. It's a bunny. Y'all really got me for that. And I don't know how long I believe in the Easter Bunny, but y'all really got me. The damn Easter Bunny. It don't lay eggs. How is it gonna lay eggs? It don't lay eggs. It ain't never laid no damn eggs. I ain't never seen no bunny lay no damn eggs. And they chicken eggs. Chicken eggs are fourth the size of a damn bunny. Talking about we laying it. That thing don't lay no eggs. And I knew leprechauns were fake from the time I saw the movie Leprechaun. I don't even remember the plot of the movie. But all I know is I seen that thing. That thing ain't real. That thing ain't real at all. Somebody lying to me. Somebody is lying. Someone's lying to me. But yeah, listen, parents. I think we should restructure the whole Santa thing and make it a little bit more believable. Because there are smart kids out there that aren't gullible. You gonna tell them some fat man flying to the house and giving them gifts, they gonna see right through it. Same with the Easter Bunny. It don't make sense. There's not even a logical story for how this is going on, for either or. I've heard the origin stories for both, and neither one of them add up or make any type of sense. Switching the topic a little bit. This is going to get a little dark. My mom's going to cringe when I say this because she hates talking about it. But the less we talk about, about it, the more cliche and the more cringe it's going to be. What are y'all's thoughts on death? What actually happens? This is a tale known as Longest Time. I think it's a very interesting topic because everybody does it, but nobody knows anything about it at the end. No one knows anything about it at the end. Like, truly, everybody has their takes on it, right? Everyone does. But no one has been there and been back. So it's like, well, what is that? It's the unknown. And a lot of people, whether it's Christians or whoever's listening right now, are going to look at me, oh, he's the Antichrist, he's questioning God. And I'm like, no, I'm not questioning God at all. I'm just a very curious person and I ask questions. And I'm going to continue asking questions for the rest of my life. And I'm going to continue being curious because I have questions in my life. And just because people don't like those questions or it makes them uncomfortable doesn't mean I'm not going to ask them. I'll just ask someone who's unable to tell me. And so far, nobody can tell me what happens after we die. All I can say is I don't remember being not alive. And I wasn't dead, right? So before I was born, I wasn't dead. Just wasn't alive. It's a weird state to be in, right? I think about like my little brother, my nieces and nephews. They weren't dead, right? But they weren't alive yet. So that's kind of a weird concept to try to wrap our minds around. You know what I mean? Like, we don't know what happens after we die. We just live the best way we can. And getting into that, talking about life itself, why do we work for a living? Why are we controlled so much if we know we're here for a very limited amount of time? Why does a piece of paper with a 1, 5, 10, 20, 50, and 100 takes so much energy from us? Why does it control our mind state and everything that we do in this world? A piece of paper. Well, most of it, a lot of it's not paper anymore. It's all digital. And we as a society has given it value. Because if we took a US $100, right, and took it over to Africa, we took it somewhere like that, where they don't have currency, and it's just, it's bartering. You want to trade me, a calf for some sweaters? We can trade. But instead, if you brought that $100 over there, I don't think that they would know what to do with it. So that's another lie we've been told our entire lives, that money has value. To an extent, yes, but in the overall big scheme of things, money doesn't have any value. Zero, actually. It's just paper. Coins are just coins. But we put a price tag on it. For what reason? And when was this accepted? When was this allowed? When did everybody come to a common ground of, yep, this is what we're going to go by. You're going to buy things with this. Instead of trading, instead of, just being a good community and we switch things around, you take this, I take this, we just, control that from there. No, we let the government get involved and see what happens. Same with the economy or the thought of the U.S. It's not real. None of these concepts are real. We just give them meaning out of nowhere. So try to wrap your head around this, right? We're living in the USA. But if you pan out, we're living on the earth. We're not, this is all a concept. None of it's real. And we give it so much value and meaning, but none of it's real. Money, land, the economy, the government, it's all just something we give. Like we just, okay, you can control us. Okay, we'll make this dollar mean this amount, and this is what we'll pay for a certain amount of goods. Oh yeah, this land is worth this much. Government, you don't even own it. You don't even own it, but I'll pay you for it. Because obviously somehow it's yours. All stolen land that you didn't even purchase, but it's okay. We'll give you money for it. Plus, on top of that money, we'll give you more money and interest. Is that not a crazy, and am I insane, or is that not a crazy concept to everyone? Is that not a crazy concept? We volunteer to give things value. We value ideas. We value ideas. The only thing that's real of what I said and you can feel in your hand is the money. And even that doesn't have any actual value, especially because today most of it is digital anyway. We give money value, but if we as a society decided today that US dollar or money in general is worth zero, everything in this world would tank. Everything would tank. If anyone ever watched the movie Bug's Life, right? The Hornets are all talking about they had to come get food every so often. I think it's before the rainy season or winter, one of the two. And the ants always follow suit. They make enough food for themselves and the Hornets. But one year there was this ant who realized that this doesn't make any sense. There's more of us than there are of the Hornets. Why are we listening to them? Why are we giving them their food? Why can't they work for their food? So they ultimately come up, rising up and standing up against, I think it's either Hornets or Bees, Wasps, one of the two. If you've seen the movie, you know what I'm talking about. Because one ant against the Hornets or the government is nothing. But if we as a community, we as a society, were to stand up and say, no, we don't want this anymore, this isn't working, everything would fall down and we'd be in control. And the thing is we have played these cards so often, and I'm not talking about the cards of standing up, but the cards of we're too lazy, it's too convenient for us to just do about our lazy day and go to work, pay the gas, whatever y'all want to pay the interest on the house I have, pay taxes on the taxes I've already paid on the taxes, pay food tax, pay car tax, pay taxes on taxes I've already paid taxes on when I paid taxes back when I paid taxes. If we just stood up as a society, we would be a force to be reckoned with. But instead, we let these same people tell us lies over and over and over again, and we elect them, and we tell them, okay, we'll pay that much, so we have to, it's fine. And, we'll pay for this car that's overpriced, and we'll pay for this house that's overpriced, and we'll buy your land, and we'll buy your processed toxic food that's going to kill us sooner than we deserve to be killed, and we'll take the pharmaceuticals that you give us, even though it really is all drug cartels, and you're really just trying to kill us slowly, because there's more money in the medicine and the the ability to get you into a hospital than it is in the cure. If we found the cure, there would be no sickness. And if there's no sickness, there's no money in it. And the less those places are making money, the less they want to do anything good for us. Because why would it? Hospitals are all businesses. Pharmaceuticals are all businesses. Look at your local... or not local, just look at your senators, look at all the Congress. I guarantee you they started putting money in different funds because they knew certain bills were about to be dropped, and these pharmaceutical monies and people were about to make millions. Millions. But they don't teach you that in high school. They don't teach you that in elementary or middle school, because an educated person is a threat. All they do is tell us lies. Lies and truths. This is actually the title of this whole conversation that we had today. Lies and truths. I'm here to unveil the truths. And like I said, if I'm talking ignorant, somebody talk to me, man. Come on the podcast. Be like, hey, I think what you said wasn't completely right. Come on the podcast. I'll have you on. I don't care. I just want to have conversations. But based on what I'm seeing, based on what I've read, hospitals is a business. They were getting certain money for the amount of COVID cases they were having. Everybody knows Big Pharma is a business. They're not looking out for you at all. At all. Look at the foods they put into grocery stores that are FDA approved, but some good foods from overseas or stuff like that are not approved. Look how much processed stuff is in your food. Next time you buy chips, whatever type of food, look on the back. Look at the ingredients and tell me if you know half of what the fuck half those ingredients are. And I guarantee you won't. You won't. You absolutely won't be able to tell me that. But they're going to tell you what to eat, how to eat, and all this other stuff. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Absolutely not. No. They're not looking out for you. They're just trying to make money. That's what the game is about. Money. Like I said before, it's better to kick ass than kiss it. And I've never been an ass kisser. My granddad be rolling around in his grave right now. If he ever found me to be an ass kisser, I've never been no ass kisser. Never in a million. And I'm way, way too cool to die. And I'm not going to let anybody bring me down. Nothing like that. I'm just looking for the truth, and I'm trying to find the lies. That's what this entire podcast is about today. It is what it is, man. From the beginning when we were talking about, feminism and how the newly feminists are, kind of tearing men down. It's kind of disgusting. And then about how, men as a whole need to do better. That's the truth. They do. We do. We're not pigs, man. This is not, we're not primal no more. We're educated men. Grow the hell up, men. Really, truly. Grow the fuck up. Take care of women. Respect women. Like I said, women are something to nurture, not something to conquer. Women are something to nurture, not something to conquer. When I see a woman, I see my mom, I see my sisters, I see my nieces, I see my grandmother. And that's how you should see it. If you don't have a sister, you don't have any good, women figures in your life, I do apologize for you. Because you're missing out on a lot. But really, bro, truth and lies. Real lies, real lies, real lies. Let me say it again. Real lies, real lies, real lies. Real eyes, real lies, real lies. And you're told lies every day and that you're unable to see them. Maybe you don't want to. Or maybe it's just hard to figure what is a lie and what is the truth these days because everything's so divided, everything's so manipulated. You're either uninformed or misinformed, and it's so crazy out there today. It's insane, man. Stuff you see in these big cities where the homeless, is just going up and crime is on the rise, and it's just housing, car markets up 230% from what it was 4 years ago. It's just crazy, man. Back in the 90s, 80s, maybe 70s, you could buy a house for 30 grand. Houses nowadays are going for a quarter to, $1/3 of $1 million. That's crazy, bro. And you wonder why most people my age, are still living with their parents. You can't afford it, bro. Gas was $1.70 back in 2020, or maybe in 2019. It's just like $3 now. How am I supposed to pay that? How am I supposed to do that, man? How am I supposed to do that? It's a lot harder nowadays, man. People are confused. People don't know what to do, man. It's crazy out there. Gas prices are high, housing market, cars, Cost of living's high right now, man. Everybody's scared. We just need compassion, man. Compassion and understanding. I mean, that's what it boils down to. I don't know where we're going to go from here. I know it's election year, so it's going to be a crazy year. You're going to hear a lot of things, a lot of crazy things. And then at the end, everybody's going to be friends again and everybody's going to be cool and it's whatever. But it's crazy, bro. I'm only 23. We still figuring it out. People my age are still figuring it out. We don't know what we're doing. We don't. We would ask our parents for advice, but they've never lived through a time like this. So they don't have the answers for us either. It's just a different time, man. And I think the easiest way, or I wouldn't say easiest, I guess the most efficient would be just having conversations. That's why this podcast is a thing. Just conversate with people, man. Understand compassion. Compassion. Just have compassion and understanding for folks. And find common ground. Don't just... And that's just the truth, man. Find common ground with someone you disagree with. You don't have to agree with everyone. Just find some type of common ground where it's like, okay, I get what you're saying and I may not agree with it, but I understand, your struggles. I understand what you're coming from. And that goes for everybody. If you don't try to understand people and you just listen to answer and not listen to understand, then that's on you, man. But the best way for us to get through this as a society, and I'm just talking about all this turmoil, all this divide, all this just BS, man, from the, sex, from race to, political parties to what side of the agenda you're going to be on. It's all bullshit, man. It's all bullshit. Just another way for them to control us. It is. It's all bullshit. But we as a people, man, we just need to have conversations with each other. Talk it out. It may get uncomfortable sometimes, but, that comfort zone you in will always kill you before the uncomfort zone will. You have to be uncomfortable to get things done. You have to be uncomfortable to succeed. Being comfortable is it's the death ground, bro. You don't need comfort to succeed. You need to be uncomfortable to succeed. And that's what I believe, man. That's what I believe. You ain't got to believe what I believe, but as long as we can find some common ground, that's the biggest deal, man. This world is crazy enough without people having conversations. And that's what it's boiled down to nowadays is nobody wants to talk. And everybody's like, oh, we're going to a civil war. We're doing this. We're doing that. No, we're not. We're not. And everybody's angry over Twitter. Nobody's going to do stuff in real life. We've all seen it. It's not about that. We're in a new age now. Nobody gets physical like that. It's all Twitter fingers, man. Or for you old folks, it's Facebook fingers. New generation is Instagram fingers. And all you millennials is Twitter. But it's just like, we just gotta be better. Instead of looking at what can somebody do for me, say, what can I do for everybody else? Try to be a little bit more generous. Look in the mirror, say, these are my faults and this is what I'm good at. Let me try to fix myself before I try to fix others. You know what I mean? Like, people want to fix other people before they fix themselves. And that's what causes more issues than need be. You know what I mean? Like, fix yourself first. Find out your issues first. Look in your mirror first and tell, okay, well, this is what I need to do before I start telling people how to live their life. And I'm not perfect. I'm not going to say I am. I never have been. Never will be. But I'm willing to do better, so that's why I'm talking. I'm willing to do better for myself and people around me. I'm willing to give the knowledge I have from whatever I've learned or whatever I've read and give it to other people. We're all just lights shining in the dark, man. We just give each other light. That way each light gets brighter. That's what it is. It's 11:11, by the way, on my time. So make a wish, everybody. Bless. Exactly, yes. But yeah, man, I just don't see a lot of conversation. I see a lot of yelling from the door. A lot of throwing rocks and hiding your hand. A lot of glass houses that want to throw rocks. You know what I mean? You can't throw rocks living in a glass house. I'm going to say that one more time for the people in the back. You can't throw rocks living in a glass house. You can't. Everybody needs to do better, man. Including myself. There's things I can do better every day. I need to be more tolerant. I need to understand folks a little bit more. And maybe, just maybe, I could tone down the confidence just a bit. Because some people don't like that. Which I don't give a fuck about, but I want to be nice. I want to be a little nice for folks. I want to be okay. And I do want to mention, man, I think we're going to probably have about 3 or 4 podcasts this week. I got a lot of good guests coming on. And they have, strict schedules where they can't change it. So we're going to have a couple podcasts this week. And, for everybody that says, listen, like I said, we have over 6,000 views so far. Keep listening, man, and comment at me, talk to me. Tell me what I could be doing better or talking about. If you want to be on the pod, send in an email or send me a text, something like that. We can reply to this podcast, actually. I want to talk to as many people as possible because I want my knowledge to go up and up and up and up. Like Cardi B said. I want to go up. But yeah. I do appreciate everybody listening, man. It's been an honor to be able to talk. It's just the universe in itself and have conversations. And I feel I'm literally talking to a wall right now, but I feel like 1 million people are listening. And that's crazy. That's the craziest feeling ever because there's no nervousness involved, and I'm not a nervous person, but I feel like if I was talking about all this in front of people in a big crowd, it'd be different. But I feel like so many people are listening, and I'm just here talking to a wall. It's an awesome feeling. It really is. I do appreciate everybody listening, man, and all the feedback I've gotten. It's only going to get better. Only going to get bigger. And I appreciate every one of y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in to the J Young Blood Experience. Peace.